You are not confused about what to do with your life. You are compromised. You check the room for approval before you speak. You say yes to things you hate because you're terrified to disappoint. You are not exhausted from the work. You are exhausted from calculating everyone else's reaction to your work. You have handed control of your life to public opinion. You are a ship with 100 captains drifting in circles. By the end of this video, you will have the internal command protocol. You will stop asking for permission to exist. You will learn to trust your own judgment, even when it's unpopular. You will make decisions that are right, not just decisions that keep everyone comfortable. I used to need everyone's approval for everything. Before I make the decision, I would poll my friends, ask my family, run it by whoever would listen. I told myself I was just being thoughtful or collaborative. But really? I was terrified of being wrong, terrified of being judged, terrified of someone being disappointed in me. And it paralyzed me. I would spend weeks going back and forth on decisions that should have taken 5 minutes. I would say yes to things that I didn't want to because I couldn't handle the discomfort of saying no. I would water down my opinion to avoid conflicts. I was so busy managing everyone else's feeling that I completely lost in touch with my own. The turning point came in the Army. When I was a captain, I had to move convoy at 3 a.m. Picture the scene. Soldiers who have been working for 18 hours, exhausted, cold, ready to collapse. When I gave the order to mount up, they complained. They hated the timing. In that moment, they probably hated me. But here's what I knew that they didn't. If I have been the nice guy and let them sleep until sunrise, we would have missed our tactical window. We would have been on the road in broad daylight, exposed and vulnerable. I had to make an unpopular decision to keep them safe. I had to trust my own assessment more than their feeling about it. That's when I learned leadership is not a popularity contest. It is about mission integrity. Sometimes you have to be willing to be the bad guy in the short term to protect what matters in the long term. And I realized I have been doing the opposite in my own life, sacrificing what was right to avoid being disliked, leaving myself exposed because I couldn't handle temporary disapproval. That's what I teach now, how to stop outsourcing your decision to the crowd. It's time to retake the command post of your own life. Here's the 3-phase internal command protocol. Phase 1, electronic warfare. Right now, your mind is being jammed. There's so much noise. Opinions, expectation, judgment. What will they think? That you can't hear your own intuition anymore. You don't know which thoughts are actually yours and which one you have absorbed from everyone else. Here's the tactic. Run the IFF check. In aviation, IFF stands for identification, friend or foe. It's a system that tells pilots where a blip on the radar is one of ours or an enemy target. You need to run that same check on your hesitation. When you feel resistance about a decision, ask yourself, is this my data or is this external static? Let me give you an example. You want to post a video on LinkedIn. You've been thinking about it for weeks, but every time you're about to hit publish, you hesitate. Run the IFF check. Why are you hesitating? Possibility A, the lighting is bad and the audio is unclear. That's internal intel. That's a friend signal. Your own quality standard telling you to fix something real. Listen to it. Possibility B, my cousin might see this and think I'm cringe. That's external static. That's a false signal. It's not useful data. It's fear of judgment disguised as a valid concern. Here's the action. Squelch the static. In radio communication, squelch means you filter out the background noise so you can hear the actual signal. When you identify external static, fear of judgment, worry about what they will think, you squelch it. You consciously mute it. That fear doesn't get a vote in your decision. It's not data, it's noise. Treat it accordingly. Phase 2, radio silent. You can't hear your own intuition if you're constantly pinging other people for approval. Do you think I should send this email? Do you think I should take this job? Do you think this outfit looks okay? Do you think I'm making the right call? Every single time you ask those questions, you atrophy your decision-making muscle. You are outsourcing your judgment to other people. And the more you do it, the less you trust yourself. It becomes a loop. You don't trust yourself, so you ask others. Asking others reinforces that you can't trust yourself, so you trust yourself even less. We need to break that cycle. Here's the tactic, the zero validation drill. For the next 24 hours, you are forbidden to ask anyone, what do you think about its decision? No polling, no quick opinion, no sending screenshot to your group chat, no running things by your partner before you decide. The actions. Pick the restaurant for dinner. Don't ask, where do you want to go? Just pick. Send the difficult email you have been drafting. Don't ask someone to look over it. Buy the thing you have been considering. Don't ask if it's a good idea. Make the decision that's been sitting on your desk. And here's the important part. Don't explain yourself. Do not apologize. If you pick that restaurant and the food is bad, own it. Bad call. We'll go somewhere else next time. That's it. No groveling, no over-explaining. If you send the email and it doesn't land perfectly, that's fine. You've learned. You adjust. What you're actually doing, you are retraining your brain to trust your own navigation system. You are rebuilding the muscle you have let atrophy. Every decision you make without external validation, no matter how small, is a rep. It's you proving to yourself that you can handle the weight of your own choices. Start small, build momentum, recalibrate your compass. Phase 3, Commander's Intent. Phase 3 is about protecting your time and energy from other people's agenda. In the Army, we don't micromanage every soldier's movement. We give them what we call Commander's Intent, the desired end state. For example, capture that hill. How you do it is up to you, but the hill must be captured. The soldier execute. They don't need to check in for every decision. They know the mission. You need to operate the same way. You need to know your mission and protect your resource to accomplish it. Here's the tactic, the hell no filter. Your time is the most limited resource, and right now, you're probably bleeding it out because you can't say no. Look at your calendar. Look at your commitments. I guarantee there's at least one thing on there that you agreed on to only because you were afraid to disappoint someone. A coffee chat you don't want to have. A party you're dreading. A meeting that could have been an email. A favor that's eating into your actual priorities. You said yes because you were checking the room, because you didn't want to seem as difficult or unavailable or rude. Here's the action. Find that obligation, the one you agreed to out of guilt. Cancel it today. Send the message, I can't make it. That's it. Notice what I didn't say. I didn't say lie and say you're sick. I didn't say write a paragraph apologizing. I didn't say offer 3 alternative dates to make it up. Just a clear transmission. I cannot make it. What happened next? You realize the war doesn't end. Nobody dies. Nobody hates you forever. In fact, most people will respect you more because people respect someone who has boundaries far more than someone who says yes to everything. Availability is not a virtue. It is a lack of priority. When you protect your time, you are telling the world and yourself that your mission matters, that you have somewhere to be, that your life isn't just a waiting room for other people's requests. That's what commanders do. They protect their resource so that they can accomplish their mission. We are done talking theories. It's time to take command. Here's your challenge. Find the one decision you have been delaying because you're afraid of what they will say. Maybe it's a conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's firing a client who have been draining you. Maybe it's asking for that raise you deserve. Maybe it's posting the content you've been sitting on. Maybe it's ending a relationship that's been over for months. Maybe it's starting something you have been too scared to begin. You know exactly what it is. You have been thinking about it this whole video. Make that decision today, not tomorrow, not when the timing is right. Today. Send the email, make the call, have the conversation, hit publish. And here's the rule. Do not ask for advice first. Don't poll your friends. Don't run it by someone, just to be safe. Don't post it in a group chat asking for what people think. Make the decision yourself. Trust your own judgment and execute. This is the drill. This is how you build the muscle, one decision at a time. And here's the truth. You already know what you should do. You have known for a while. You're just scared to own it without backup, without consensus, without someone else saying, yeah, that's the right call. But you don't need their permission. A king doesn't ask the crowd for approval to rule. He rules. Then he handles whatever comes next. That's the energy. That's the protocol. Stop asking, start deciding, take the throne. Now, I want to know who's taking back control. Comment, command below if you're executing the protocol today. If you're done outsourcing your decision and ready to trust yourself. I want to see who's stepping up. And if this hit you, you have been living in others people's opinion for too long. Hit that like and subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. We are building a community of people who are done seeking permission and ready to lead their own life. Your support helped us reach someone else who's been paralyzed by the need for approval. And there are a lot of us out there. Stop asking, start commanding. Force strong and thrive on, my friends.